over the years that really people have been like, wow, that's kind of a cool technique. And I'm like, my email address is jim.w.schneider@fritolay.com. So, wanted to open it up. If there are any questions, anything, any comments? Yeah.
Hi, my name's Kim. I work at First Command in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And we're a bank, a registered investment advisor, broker dealer. And we recruit for financial advisors.
Yeah.
And it's, that's the only position that we recruit for. And it's an ongoing, it's an ongoing opening position.
The evergreen.
Yes. So, what techniques or suggestions do you have to keep things fresh out in social media or what we're doing to be able to keep people interested or find new candidates for this type of position?
Okay. I would actually, I would say, I know Craig and Craig was just talking about this in a previous session, I think, where definitely if you can brand yourself and make sure that the easiest thing will actually, if you create a LinkedIn group, I would recommend, first thing, create a LinkedIn group that would actually be around financial analysts, and don't necessarily say that it's from, the company. I mean, it could just be you guys. You wanting to talk, wanting to network, wanting to do whatever. The other would be blogging. If you haven't started blogging, I would definitely say, and all the research that I've done is basically because of all the search engine optimization and all the other things, the more times that you use the keyword, the more times it'll pop up in your search engine results. And the thing, Heather Hamilton, who's at Microsoft, does a lot of blogging, and had the opportunity to listen to her and talk to her a little bit, that she actually blogs so much and uses keywords so much that when people will search for, say, like a certain phrase, like financial analyst, I don't know if they financial analyst, or whatever they're looking for up there, her results, her blog comes up before their job site comes up, because she's done so much blogging that there's so much out there. So I would definitely say those would be my two things. The other would be the evergreen rec. I would never leave the same requisition open for longer than 30 days. I would refresh it all the time. I would even sometimes go in and make every 4 or 5 days, I'd make a change to the job. You want it to constantly be fresh and up at the top of any search whenever anybody's doing any searches. So I do this a lot with our ATS system, and different people have heard that if a job's been out there longer than 30 days, I may drop it, and it's like for external. I may drop it, repost it. I'll sometimes send, like the targeted mailer campaign idea, the candidates that bid on the job before, come back in and, hey, this job has been canceled. Requalify yourself. Are you still active? So I'll have people like that, it may have been 6 months ago. I'll say, are you still in? So just right off the top of my head, those would be just a couple, and maybe if you want to catch me after and I have a couple, a little more time to think about it. Yes?
How do you track regrettable losses?
How do I track regrettable losses? Basically what happens is when I go through on, I go through, I have a list of all the people, for anybody that was in my diversity presentation, I have a PeopleSoft data feed that I can get of by function of all of the terminations. So what I'll do is I'll sit down with the HR person, or I'll sit down with the chief marketing officer, or I'll sit down with one of the top leads, and I'll just say, go through who left that we want to get back. And do you want to call them, or do you think it'd be better if I called them?
I mean, is there any way you can be part of the exit process, maybe like the exit interview process to get, I mean, I don't know how you guys do alumni, if you have an alumni, I'm sure you do.
Alumni site?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you get that in the system. query on that?
Yeah, we've got an alumni site, but it's actually managed by an outside company, and we really don't get data feeds from it. I went to a presentation at a Career Crossroads conference recently where I can't remember the name of the company, but they actually had access to the database behind it, and so they were able to utilize that. For the most part, it's, yeah, I wish we had that. We don't. I'd love to see it, but we just don't. We don't have that ability. It's more of a one-off, you know, with Facebook, with LinkedIn nowadays, I can usually find them pretty quick.
The LinkedIn alumni groups work really well.
Yeah, yeah.
Recommend that.
Yeah, the LinkedIn alumni groups are quite good. But it's just one of those where you got some people out there that are, you know, they've got an axe to grind, and then, so.
Ones you don't want to hire.
Exactly. The one that's a source. So what other questions? Did you guys get, I know some of the stuff up there was kind of basic stuff, but did you guys get some good stuff? Good things? Good. Glad that was good. All right, no problem. My pleasure. If there's anything else you guys want me to cover, or any other questions, don't hesitate. I'll be around. All right. Oh, one more? Sorry. Do we hold team interviews? Yes, we do. Sorry, I didn't explain that. Yes, we actually do. We do two-person team behavioral-based interviews, and then what they do is there'll be two-on-one interviews. I'll do 3 two-person panel interviews. So when I was on that one slide, let me back up way back. That what you'll see is that I actually have I do 6 people over here on the far left-hand side. So they'll do two-person panels to interview the candidates. And then what they do is they come to a consensus as the panel of green or red. And usually when we get one green, one red, that's where they want to go yellow, and then we make fun of them.
The interview guides are different behavioral questions, right?
Yes.
That's pretty rotated.
Correct. Yeah, the behavioral guides, behavioral-based interview guides are all around competencies. So we put together competencies. We worked with our organizational development and capability teams to get questions that are geared towards the competencies that we would want to ask. But we also put together some other ones that, you know, people got from other companies and whatever. So what else? Good question. Gail.
People are asking where the presentations are going to be housed.
Okay.
So do y'all have a place where all presentations are going to be?
We're working on that right now. Some of them are already posted to TalentNetLive.com, and we'll try to get all the speakers sitting their slides and put them all there. TalentNetLive.com.
Okay, so just send it to you?
Yes, please send it to me, Craig Fisher.
Alright.
Craig@ALISSolutions.com.
Fish dogs.
Fish dogs.
All right, any other questions? Okay, well, I don't know what time we're kicking off here. 4 o'clock? Are we gonna,
Actually.
you wanna go?